Okay, on this session, I'm going to cover Zenity, and because the lecture video was not captured, I'm going to do a small section for each one of these things that I discussed. In this video, I'm going to cover the example here on the advanced scripts of Computer Science 018. And basically, we have one script called gen_Lotto. So I wrote this one, and I'm going to go to VI gen Lotto. Originally, when I covered tonight, I was discussing the options with only yes or no option. Later on, I implemented some more functionality. So I'm gonna cover this script from top to bottom, what this does. Basically, this script has a common section explaining that it has it has to generate 6 random number, and the way it does is right here in the sub shell, and that I'm using random number generator as an argument, as a variable, and then the value of it is coming from a sub shell, which is passed on from the sub shell using sequence command sequence 99 is going to generate 1299. Then sort is going to sort it in random number with the uppercase R. Then it's gonna take the head of the top 6 numbers. Then I format it in horizontal line, 1 row, and then translate it to just the space 2 dashes. So it just generate that one. Then I call in Zenity with the title dash title as your lucky lotto 6-digit numbers, and then the dash text info as dev null, dev there, and then passing it on to dev null, and then if the argument any error are happening, I'm just sending it to the standard error to the dev null. And do you want to continue? Yes, no. And then at this time, read the answer and going through the argument and just comparison and everything. So let me run it and we will look at the script. gen_lotto.sh. It basically uses the sequence 99. Then right there, it is just sorting it, and then take the head 6-digit and put it into spaces, and then the space to change it to dashes here. So it generate that 6 number. You say okay. Then it's gonna go say, do you want to continue? Say yes. It's gonna give me a new 6-digit number, and then I say yes, I want to continue, and it's gonna give me another 6 number. At this time, I say okay. Let me just say yes with the Y, which I did not say. Now it's gonna say either give me a yes in uppercase, lowercase, or just no in uppercase and lowercase, like that. So I just type in yes in uppercase. I want to continue, so it gives me that number. Then I just say no this time, and it exits. If I just go start again, it prints me the first number, and then right away I say, yeah, yes, go ahead, continue, and it's gonna give me a new number. I say yes, continue. It's gonna give me a new number. I say this time no in uppercase, continue, and it tells me that you exited out. So that is that option with Zenity. Zenity, I'm sorry, Zenity, it has the dash help, and you could see all the arguments that are there for it. We went through the class with a number of these box with the messages with passcode, calendar, and dash color selection. File selection is another option. You could do like the file selection, and then you just pass on, let's say, $home as an argument. It will just open up a file there. If I want to just pass on $home as the argument, Let me just do this. So I say right here, just choose a directory, choose this out error, and then I just say that's whatever I selected. It is that because file selection you have to select something. This error that is showing up, you can skip it by doing like right here. I could say the $sign home as my argument that I want to select. / because it's Unix, and then I'm going to say $! dev null. That way I don't see this output error message here. I only see the file that I selected. So in this case, I could do this file selection, and /home is not selected yet. And this time I say p1.py, select this one, and then do that. And right there is. So this, the reason that was not there with the home not selected, because this Zenity has an option of file name, and -- file name is equal $ home. And if the -- file name is not the proper argument, you will not see it, this syntax. Now you know that it has picked up this one, then I could just say go ahead. And then that one, I could send this information to standard output like this, and then say > out file. Automatically, next time, whatever I pick up from the selection, let's say I go select this Py2 program, now do echo, cat out file, you could see that it is picked up from there. So there's Zenity and -- let's say calendar, for example, calendar. You could just say a calendar by default. And then if you just say, I want a particular day and time, you could just specify. And then all of them, they have the option of -- title. And you could just give it a title, say my calendar, May, let's say month of May 2020. You could do that, and then you just say -- calendar here. And then for the day, -- day, you say May is 5th month, and then you just say -- here, and because it's the month is already you want to do day first, and then day month -- month 5th, and then -- year 2020. That would give you May 1st of 2020. And as you can see, it says May 2020, May, and then the first day is selected, and that's your calendar. There's a lot of other options with password, for example, Zenity -- password. And then if I just don't say anything, it's gonna say you need to specify a password. If I just say this, whatever I type in there, it's gonna type in testing, it's gonna do that. If I just say -- username -- password, and then I say -- title is user and pass. So I was showing you how to read that information. So I say a username Wahidullah, let's say Wahidullah, and then password is let's say my password. Doesn't matter what I type. So notice that it's coming right here. And I was showing you this, that you could send this information to an out file to > and dev null. If you do that one, now your out file has the information. So I type in username Wahid, password secret, let's say, it's going to just have that information, and that information is in the out file. It just threw it. But now if I just say cat out file, and then while read the var do, at this time I'm going to say let's say user ID is equal, and then say echo $var cut minus D. Delimiter in this case is a bar, and then minus F1. Take the first field of it, assign it to the user ID, and then the second field would be my pass. Good. My pass is I'm going to use the subshell, and I say echo and $var cut minus D. The shoot, I just missed it. Let me just redo that part. So this is there, and then I say pass is equal and echo $var cut minus D pipe symbol, and then minus F2. And then because I'm using subshell, I'm closing subshell here. Then at this time I say echo you provided the username of $UID, echo your password was $pass, and then done. Now you could see that first one is there. You provided username Wahid and then password secret. So if I just happen to run that same Zenity program here again, this time I gave a different user, say Joe, and then and Doe, and let's say Joe and then John as password. Then I could just say run the same script. You can see that I just had this time John and Joe. And if I look at the out file, it is actually those two values. But again, this is a security issue because whatever you type in here, I could run a strace command on it, and I could just see the value that you're doing it. For example, let me just run this Zenity here and show you on another screen, another terminal. So I'm going to run the Zenity here that opens. And right here, I'm going to open another terminal and say open new window. And on this window, I'm going to say become root sudo sudash and become root. Now I'm looking for the process where it's called Zenity. Grep minus v grep. So this one is telling me the process 2106. So I'm going to do a strace minus P 21056, and then grep on the functions that are write functions in this case, because when I type in the name, that's what is going to happen. So right now, this is waiting for me to do some activity on that dialog box. Let me go to the dialog box, and right here, notice that activity is happening. So I'm going to write username as let's say Jamesbond. Okay, and then the password, let's call it 007. 007. So now notice right here, whatever I typed in, this is already in clear text. So it's not clear that these programs that are running, because strace or Trace and Solaris allows you to check on the process ID. You can actually look into the memory. Whatever read and write is happening, you could catch it and then right away know somebody's password. Now, in the old days, people would look at the PS command with output, and some people connect to Oracle, MySQL, and other databases. And if their password are coming through a telnet session or a SSH session, that were kind of getting connected to the database, but somehow it was not going through secure shell, SSH or SSL or encryption or those methods, and it was going through a telnet session or a clear text like this. NIS, those ones are not or less secure. So it is easy. A man in the middle attack could be looking at it, or somebody with a higher privilege could read the contents while they're sitting on the network doing some other checking. So it's safe to make sure that whatever you do, what these ones try to pass on that kind of secret key or password, and either a two-factor authentication or encrypted password. Okay, I'm going to not give too much example of this because we went through Zenity with examples. Like if you do dash help dash, let's say, file selection, everything that you do here, it gives you option. So if you do like dash forms, then you get the forms details, and then dash entry, you get for one entry, or dash question, for example, you could get the questions. Dash let's say calendar could give you a calendar information. So depending on how you do it, the syntax are there. As I mentioned earlier, the options, some of the options like dash text, dash height, dash width, dash title, those are default generic with a lot of these dialog boxes comes in. Some of them you don't. The arguments that are coming either is coming to the standard output that is on the display, or it's going to a standard error, which you have to catch and before they run it again, and then you could see it. And then $ question mark also sometimes have the whether the commercial result for yes and no was successful or not. There's a number of options, and if you do Zenity -- help, it will tell you the arguments of all of them. Info, we went through the info box, for example. Info is really cool. It gives you a lot of details. So I could say Zenity -- title, and then say mastering command line, and then info, and then the command that you do dash text. In that dash text, you could say any command with either the subshell or the backtick command. So here, if I just say df-h output, then I could just do that, and dash height width is equal 500, and dash height. If you miss any, like a T, like last time, and this is going to be a problem, so it does not understand it, but you make sure that there's no typo in your commands. Dev null, so it is not going to give me any error because somehow it failed. So what is the error? Please see the available commands. So Zenity -- title, and then I'm going to just say, in this case, -- info. So info, and info, it has text, and then whether you do wrap or no wrap in this. So when I did the option height, I did not specify a height. Yeah. So this is running the df command. Since the height is too big, I'm going to change that one. And I don't want to see this error message. I'm going to say height is equal 200, let's say, and 2 greater sign dev null. Now I see that 500 and 200 works, and it's smaller, and then do this. So then if I just do a, let's say who command, it's not that much information. That one I could just say, make it, let's say 100, 50, and then the command where I type in here, df, I can do this time backtick, who backtick would work the same way. And if I just do a less minus L on root partition, which we talked about, file system and everything, or let's say cat etc fstaff file, that fstaff file may also finish within that lines. So I'm going to change this one to 250, and then run the cat etc pass word, or in this case fstaff file. There you go. And it's using a XFS. So if I use the type and the cat command, let me just make this one 150, because I know that not that many file system is there. So I could do this and then do a grep minus I XFS for extended file system. I could just pick up those two file system, which is root and then /home. Both of them are XFS file system. Or I could do this command, where the df command, instead of doing this long command, since I know is a df command is gonna give me df minus h dash t type XFS. H meaning in human readable, and T meaning that show me an XFS file system, the type, and that would do the same thing. The root and /home. Boot is also shown here. Boot is the grab2 and grab utility. So if I just look at the boot contents and just let's see, I go right here. I could say ls minus l etc, I mean /boot partition, and then pipe egrep, and then I'm going to look for grab, whether it's grab or grab2, or initial RAM disk. Initial RAM disk is would give me all the parameters there. So some command failed here in the file expected because I used something here. Yeah, I just did not close the egrep command, and you can see that. So grab is there, grab2 is there, initial RAM disk, all of those ones that are there with boot image are showing the image, initial RAM disk stuff for it. And if I just change that one to say, show me the systemctl dash okay, less dash unit dash files, that would give me the system unit file, but end of error somehow on the list systemctl, and this is extra. Systemctl is not understood. So let's say systemctl less dash unit dash files. You type in like that, it is gonna give you that. So now all we have to do is say list dash unit dash file systemctl. Okay, systemctl. List unit files. There's a typo somewhere there. I got corrected right like this. Let me just correct it. Okay, so you just don't need this. I'm gonna put $sign this, the command, paste, and then close it. The height of 150 is not good enough, so it's not matching the list. Their command not found. Let's see why the command is not found. Oh, somehow the cut and paste did not provide there. I did something else on it, print out. So I'm gonna say systemctl list dash unit dash files. Okay, you can see this printing out. Okay, so at this point, you could say like a Zenity error and dash title. So dash error dash title, and then say message file, whatever it is, and then here say, and this is dash text, and then say, and this is the error. Doesn't matter what you write, and then close it actually. And right here, they just another message file, and then there. I'm gonna stop it at this point.